Alrighty, folks, it's crowd surfing down here in Washington Boulevard for the parade, the big annual Pioneer Days parade. I have my good friend. I don't know if I claim I'm a good friend, but I'm going to tell everybody you're my good friend, Jim Alvey. Jim?
You got some lint on your ear. Just okay.
It's hair.
Oh, okay, got it. Just wanted to make sure you're looking sharp.
So you got a good gig. You have a microphone and you're walking around talking to people. How'd you manage that?
Well, I sold a lot of Amway this year.
Did you?
And so they said, Bill Francis is my upline distributor, and he just said, you're the man for this because you got so much success. Forgive me if you sell Amway. I don't sell Amway, but Bill does.
I was going to say, is Amway a thing anymore? Now it's like Sensi and such.
So here she is.
Is this the double diamond Amway distributor?
So this is Mozelda Smoot. She's from Akron, Ohio, and she's come to the parade today to say hi to all the Ogdenites. So let's let her do that.
Oh, hi, how are you?
All the way from Akron, Ohio?
You better believe it.
Is he just being funny, or are you really from Akron, Ohio?
Dead serious.
And you come all the way to, look, she's done. All right, Jim. Well, hey, you know what? You're busy, but I just want to say hi, see what's going on. Thanks for talking with me.
Hey, we're gonna have a great parade today, and I think you guys are gonna document this for everybody to enjoy.
Yes.
And I hope they'll watch it 3-4 times, because there's going to be a contest. Anybody who can remember every entry in order is going to win your used microphone. Is that my understanding?
Well, maybe the microphone cover.
The cover. Okay, yeah. We want to keep it slim here, but anyway, I hope your camera guy. I don't mind looking in the camera. I've looked in a couple of them, but your camera guy is really, you got to get somebody, because people are going to look up at him and they're not going to be able to digest, if you know what I'm saying.
He is a handsome devil.
He's kind of handsome. Hey, good job. You guys be here. Thank you, Color Guard Utah Military Academy, being followed closely by our South Summit Band. Joining us again this year is South Summit High School, award-winning, marching all the way from Camas, Utah, the gateway to the Uinta Mountains. Let's take a listen. They are under the direction of Brad Flinders and David Omer. Please reward them with a big round of applause. Great job. Our Grand Marshal is Kent Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Grand Marshal, Kent Jones. He and his wife, Dixie. Kent's got a long history of service in our local community, as well as being in charge of our Ogden Pioneer Days. He served as a businessman on the Weber County School Foundation. Serves in his church. He's past chairman of the Ogden Pioneer Days. Give him a big round of applause. Kent Dixie Jones, followed by Alan Hall on his favorite horse, Wally. Blaine the horse. This is your Ogden Pioneer Days Committee, Rodeo Director David Halverson, Jerry Shaw is the past chairman, Desiree Cooper Larson, Sponsorship Director, Jackie Belknap, Executive Administrator Gina Black, who is most beautiful if she's here today.
Hey, Craig.
Yes.
I never knew you were a real cowboy.
Does this make me a real cowboy?
I think so.
This is the very meaning of the word fear.
This isn't your horse?
Yeah, it's my horse. What are you talking about?
You're a cowboy.
This actually isn't a horse. It's a big dog.
Throw Dave off. Anyway, we got to Dan Musgrave, Special Events Director Tracy Smith, Horse and Hitch Parade, Greg Bielick, who's to take my script and I'll have to push him off his horse, Perry Huffaker, Rick Davis, Brian Scaddy, Nicole Cypers, Bev Clark, Dale Roberts, Susie Van Hooser, Jeff Haney, Dennis Montgomery, Pat Condon, Michelle Buckmaster, Dave Casper. So give them all a great big round of applause. They make this week happen, ladies and gentlemen. And they're even good looking, except for a couple of the guys, especially Dave and Alan. Next up is our Reala girls. The Reala Ranch Cowboy girls. Look at this. This is the smallest rope I've ever seen. You guys are the specialty act at the rodeo, but you know that. And walk with me because we don't want to hold you up. Can I get a big round of applause for these beautiful girls? You should see them at the rodeo. You can still do it tonight.
We'll show you a trick.
They're going to do a trick for you, just for you guys. Here we go. Look at this. Oh, my goodness gracious. They're lads and lassos and lads and lassies, but they're beautiful. They're also going to be again at the parade or at the rodeo tonight, so see their entire show. These girls have spent years getting to this level of proficiency, and they don't horse around, if you know what I mean. All right, Miss Rodeo Ogden Royalty, how about a big round of applause to 2016 Queen Savannah Steed, first attendant Cheyenne Lowe, and McKaylee Richin, second attendant. They'll also be a new Miss Rodeo Utah at the rodeo. You'll be seeing these lovely ladies all through our rodeo. Next up is the Whoopee Girls. The Whoopee Girls, you can tell they're promoting all the wonderful things in Ogden. They're featured nightly at the rodeo, presenting flags of the very valued sponsors. We want you to give a round of applause to not only the Whoopee Girls, but our sponsors. Our Whoopee Girls include Aubrey Butler, Ashley Higley, Bailey Busby, Bobby Rasmussen, Candace Gruber, Cassie Joyner, Crystal Gruber, must be sisters, Jessica Watkins, Kristen Kingsley, Kylie Elmer Page Holmes, Chantel Watkins, Shawnee Campbell, Stephanie Coons, and Taya Williams. And they look lovely. And once again, thanks, ladies, for being here. You'll notice there's no males among the Whoopee Girls right now. Coming up next is the Daughters of the Utah Pioneers. 2016 royalty, Renee Warner's first attendant. Renee Warner's our queen. Delane Miller's first attendant. And Beverly Heslop, second attendant. They are so lovely. I need to talk to these lovely ladies. They're being driven by somebody that I'm not acquainted with, but they sure know how to ride. Okay, ladies, I know Delane and Bev. Look at them. Aren't they beautiful?
Jim hitched a ride.
And Renee's the queen. She gets the back seat with me. She's blessed. So, Bev, how do you feel about this?
It's a beautiful experience to see all these people.
And Delane, I saw Tom weeping back there.
Well, sorry, Tom, but this is wonderful to see so many come out and enjoy this day.
Well, you guys look lovely. Again, the royalty for the Daughters of the Utah Pioneers, and they're being driven by John Wayne. And it's actually Lamar Taylor, but we'll give him credit. He's going to let me get off here and try not to kill me, I'm sure. Great job, ladies. Give them a big round of applause. That's Dawn, just so you know. That was fun. How about a big round of applause for these guys? I tried out for them, but I had no rhythm, so. Next up is our first float of the day. This floats from the Roy, Utah West State. It chronicles northern Utah's progress that began with the arrival of the first pioneers in 1847. Anybody been around since then? Tom Miller. We're going to let you know that this float.
Hey, I have to ask. You have the TV sign. What's that all about? Oh, I was like, we're on TV, so I saw the sign. I had to come find out.
Yeah, this person right here.
All righty, well, thank you.
Yes.
Beautiful job. How about a big round of applause for that beautiful float? Next up is the Wells Fargo Stagecoach.
There's a fry
We
sauce
get
guy.
to see this beautiful stagecoach every year, ladies and gentlemen, and it's driven by Casey Morrow with the driving of the Golden Spike in 1869. Ogden became a Wells Fargo town. The Wells Fargo Stagecoach again rolls through Ogden, and guess who the passengers are? Yes, you're right. It's our very own mayor, Mike Caldwell, and his wife Katrina, his daughters Lexi, Kaylee, Chloe, along with Zach Dredge, the new Wells Fargo district manager. I'm going to give this to Mike to say hello to all of you, although he's not in there. Oh, he's up there.
Morning, everybody. Thanks for coming out. We appreciate everybody that puts this together. What a beautiful day in Ogden, Utah. Thank you very much.
Just drop it. Just drop it.
Ogden is alive, if you haven't noticed. Thanks, Mayor, for you and all the council and all you do. Great place to live, folks. There's your Mayor, Mike Caldwell. From the Ogden City Council, give a warm welcome to the members of the Ogden City Council. Council recognizes that Ogden Pioneer Days celebration's an important time to gather together, celebrate our heritage. Here's Pam Johnson, and she's driving Marcia White. That is a lovely car. I'll need to pick that up a little later. I've got to use it for about a week. You guys can give a continuous round of applause for all our council people. We'll see who else we've got here. Bart Blair. Bart wasn't allowed to drive. I think he gets his license back. How long before you get your license back, Bart?
It'll be a few months.
Few months. You keep at it, though. He's been a little bit on probation if you've seen him drive. I know he's got some fans in the stands because they said, "We're with Bart," and they got right in. This is Brandon's 1963 Ford Galaxy, and he's got Richard Heyer in with him, trying to decide which is cooler, Richard, you or the car.
Oh, it's the car.
You know, you don't need to put yourself down. I can do that for you. And is this your lovely wife?
This is my lovely wife, Bonnie.
Bonnie and Richard, glad to have you with us. We'll let you speed on ahead there. Don't run into the island. Neil Garner's coming up next. Of course, he's not happy unless he's in a Cadillac. Neil was voted best-looking councilman, and we can see why. Look at how handsome this man is right here. Neil, you having fun?
JR, right?
Yes, JR. But are you having fun?
Yeah, it's a great time. Thank you.
Have a great time. You guys keep at it. Your Ogden City Councilman, this is Neil Garner. These cars are awfully slow for how fast they look.
Ready to go. Hey, we have to come talk to you really quick, Neil. I've decided that I'm going to run for city council so I can ride in a fancy car.
Yeah, you just get with JR Tribe here, and he'll take good care of you.
He'll take me for a ride.
This 2007 Buick XLR is beautiful.
Fancy. All righty. Well, thank you for talking with me.
Thank you, Councilman Lopez. Beautiful car. Appreciate all you're doing. Next up is our Ben Nadolski. He's being driven by Neil Radabaugh in this beautiful Bel Air convertible, which he's donating to me after the parade is over. And with the fastest car, Doug Stevens. Doug's a former parade chairman. He used to be in charge of this parade. Now he just relaxes at the Ogden City Council. Say hi to everybody, Doug.
Hi, Jim. You do a great job for us. Appreciate it.
Well, thanks. And he's here with his daughter, Mozelda, today. Looking good. That's your Ogden City Council and Mayor. Thanks for joining us. Big round of applause as they head on down the street. Followed by Zions Bank, a very important sponsor of the Ogden City Parade. Again, Zions Bank is next up there, followed by the North Ogden Coldwater Steak. North Ogden Coldwater Steak of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints makes us making tracks from the frontier to the front runner. A clever depiction of the progression of transportation over 169 years that we've built upon a pioneer legacy.
That can almost get into an accident
with
itself.
We've come a long way, haven't we? That noisy fire engine is your Golden Spike Elks Club number 719. You can honk now. One thing you'll notice is everyone aboard the fire engine is wearing a hearing aid because they've driven this for a number of years and they have no hearing left. It's a 1950 International Fire truck owned by Dale and Pam Bybee of West Haven. The truck's got a name. It's Ruby. And after serving in the Los Angeles Fire Department for many years, she's now serving as a recruitment tool for Boy Scout Unit 719 and the Golden Spike Elks Lodge. Give them a big warm welcome. Thanks for joining us today. Handcart pioneers from the Layton Case Creek Stake. These families from the Layton Case Creek Stake honor those who crossed the plains to settle in these valleys. Approximately 3,000 men, women, and children used hand carts much like this to travel more than 1,000 miles from Nebraska to Salt Lake City. These families honor them today, strive to live the same standards as those pioneers with courage, faith, and dedication. How about a big round of applause? Let's pick on these guys. How many miles have you come today?
About 1 mile.
Oh, you're supposed to say 1,000.
500.
500, that's the spirit. Are you watching where you step? Because we've had a few horses. Okay, you be careful. You guys are the best looking members of this handcart trek. What's your names?
With the Browns. Mackenzie.
And you're good looking too, but I gotta go. So give a big round of applause
That's the
to our
smartest
handcart
person in the
pioneers.
whole parade right there. This young man sitting here taking a ride.
They're followed by the Wasatch Cowboy Church. Give a warm welcome for Saddle Up, the Wasatch Cowboy Church Band that joins us to celebrate our pioneer heritage. And we can sing. That cowboy doesn't have his sidearm on, though. He's going to have to find that somewhere. You clap along with the Cowboy Church, would you? Next up, Tractor Supply Company. These guys have equipment and supplies needed for farms, ranches, animals, and your homes. Happy to serve the local community. It's involved with 4-H groups, helping them to learn skills
I would love
for
a Tractor
success.
Supply hat.
Look at these gorgeous calves, and look, watch how she gives me a cap. I know you're going to give me a cap, aren't you? Thank you. Big round of
Jim got
applause
one.
for our guests selling ranch supplies. Weber County 4-H builds on our pioneer heritage of focusing on learning by doing, offering a wide variety of programs and activities from livestock to robotics. You can see all of this happen at the Weber County Fair August 10th through 13th. We can't hear you. We cannot hear you. No way.
They love the fair.
You guys doing a great job. Say hi to Casey Bell, who raises goats, if you would, please. Next up is Trapper Trails Council. This is the Hispanic group from Trapper Trails Council. It's one of the few all Hispanic troops, and they're happy to be blazing new trails and enjoy all the scouting has to offer. Say hi, guys, to all the crowd.
That kid just grabbed the microphone.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us. You look great. You guys are a little cooler than those guys. How come? They're also a little more shy. Oh, we got one that's not shy. Hi. I don't want to tell you, just walk through horse manure. Ballet Foco Rico. I'm going to tell you about them next. Tell me about your group, because I don't have anything about you. Tell us who you are.
Ballet Folklorico Newara. We are here in Ogden, and we have performance tonight. So you want to come in to watch our performance tonight, 8 p.m. here in Ogden Amphitheater. Every person invited.
At the Ogden Amphitheater. Come see these beautiful contests. 8 p.m. Don't miss that. The Upper Pioneers Trail Stake of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints pays tributes to the builders of our nation. From earliest
there's
beginnings
George Washington.
of this nation, our heritage has been built on the foundation of trusting in God. That's a beautiful, beautiful float. Give them a round of applause for all that hard work. Thanks, you guys, for being here. This Chevrolet truck 1940, has been in the Reeder family for 75 years. It was used by the family to haul potatoes from Idaho to Price, Utah, and then coal back to Idaho on the return trip. Our thanks go to the current owner, Tom Reeder, for sharing it. This is a lovely truck. You'll want to be parking it in my garage. How many miles have you put on this truck, sir?
They won't let me drive it.
They won't let him drive it. I think I know why. You're too humble. Thanks for joining us.
Cool.
Next up is the Energy Dance Company. Positive, safe, and fun environment for those who have a passion for the performing arts. We're going to have Dean Nicario come dance with the group. Oh, he's in training. So you know something?
Definitely get some of the missionaries.
I will. They'll be the easiest one to talk to.
That's your Energy Dance Company. And next up, Congressman Rob Bishop. Rob, do you want to say hi to everybody?
Hey, I'm just pleased to be here in Ogden and be here in Northern. It's so much better to be out of Washington, D.C. and back in Utah.
We're glad to have you. And Greg Gunhauser and Kermit escorting them. Oh, my goodness. We've been taken over. We've been taken over. I don't know what to do. We have President Yagi and his lovely wife and about 12 missionaries plus 100 more. President Yagi, would you like to say hi to all of our Ogden audience?
We love Ogden, and we love coming from all over the world to serve you and your community. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Just so you know, President Yagi should wear that hat every day. The more of him that's covered up, the better he looks. How about a big round of applause? Which missionary is from the farthest away? Idaho, Alaska, London, Switzerland, New Zealand, Mexico, Utah.
Hey, look, everybody, I'm a missionary now.
Dominican Republic, Thailand, Brazil, South Korea. Thank you for joining us, elders and sisters.
I'm just kidding. They threw me out, told me to leave.
The Vietnam Veterans of America, number 1079. These are individuals, men and women who've served us. These particular ones, Vietnam Veterans of America is the only nationally, congressionally chartered organization dedicated to Vietnam-era veterans. Thanks, gentlemen, for all you've done. And ladies, a big round of applause. I need a water, man. I'm dry. Sorry, what's that?
That was Meyer.
They're bringing a replica of the Vietnam Veterans Wall, and tell us about it.
It'll be placed in Layton, Utah sometime next year as soon as we get enough funds, so please donate.
Please donate. That will be a replica of that wall in Layton, Utah. Utah National Guard 23rd Army Band. Let's take a listen. Smith's Food and Drug, a nationwide chain, now begins serving people of northern Utah in 1932 from Brigham City, Utah. Legacy at Smith's continues today. Don't forget the groceries. Hey, you guys were in the parade. Coming up is our El Kala Shrine. Hold on to your hats. They're from Salt Lake, serving Shrine Masons in Utah. Shriners are best known for supporting 22 Shriners hospitals for children, doing a lot of good, one of which is in Salt Lake. These hospitals
my favorite, old guys in
provide
little
free,
cars.
quality care to children. We're pleased to have potentate Joel Meza, Harry Lee. Now enjoy the mini bikes, clunkers, wreckers, clowns, ladies of the shrine, the flying carpets, and the 1939 Yellowstone tour bus, and music by the El Kala Shrine Band. I hope that those flying carpets stay close to the ground. This memorial hat
there's
from
never
the
been a
parade going
collision
to
in all the years they've
Alan
done the
Miller today, all the way
parades.
from Alaska.
Have the Shriners ever crashed into each other in
The
their
more of
flying
him we
carpets
can
and
cover
little
up, the
cars?
better he looks. Maybe give it to your dad. He's getting sunburned. The El Kala mini bikes are going to be donated to my garage right after the parade.
Yeah, right.
We're still waiting
I'll
to
go
make
this
sure
guy.
you guys don't run into each other.
Hey, real quick, man. Oh, man, all right. He's got to go. He don't want to talk to me.
Hey, Clown, can you come here? Mr. Clown, El Kala Clown.
He don't want to talk to me either.
Somebody turn his hearing aid up. Let's talk to these guys. Can you guys put on the brake for a second? Farrell needs to ask you a question.
Are they with the Shriners?
Oh, wait, we'll take these guys. They're in front of you. Hold on.
So,
Look at
what are you
Farrell
guys
over
doing
there.
down here? Who are you with?
We're just clowning around. El Kala.
Oh, with the Shriners.
You better believe it.
I tried to talk to guys on the motorcycles, but they were too uppity, so I figured you guys aren't uppity. I can come talk to you.
Talk to this guy. He's got it all. He knows everything.
Hey, somebody told me you know everything. Is there any truth to that?
Not a bit. Not a bit. Not a bit.
I don't know what to
Well,
tell
it was
you.
only last year when
Alrighty, guys,
one of
thanks.
the flying carpets was run over by one of the clunkers. Luckily, there was no injuries except a little pride. These guys have a need for speed. And you can see the precision of those clunkers as they do their half circles at 7 miles an hour. One more round of applause for all the good
I need one of
the
those.
Shriners do. Free
I should build one.
health care for children at Shriners hospitals. Let's see how we're liking the parade so far. Dean, how's the parade for you?
Great.
Daughter Juniper, how's it for you?
We're loving it.
They're loving it, all right. You guys behaving over here? You liking the parade? I got a mouthful of free candy. No, are you guys having fun?
Oh yeah, we're having a great time.
What's your favorite part of the parade so far?
The horses.
The horses. Everybody likes horses. Are the snakes behaving down here? There's Tom Miller with his Tractor Supply cap. He's looking good now. That was his wife, one of the daughters of Utah pioneers. Tom's the husband. Wife gets to ride in a. Delane gets to ride in a carriage. Tom gets to
Shriners
sit
are
in a
really
chair.
huge at
I
this
think he
parade.
likes his
Wow.
duty. And there's the tail end of our El Kala Shriners. Big round of applause. Our Ladies Auxiliary with their lovely umbrellas and the 1939 tour bus. Thanks for joining us once again. Every year we get to see these folks from El Kala, the Shriners Hospital. You can wave back, you can clap, you can cheer. Next up is the Model A Club of Utah, the Beehive chapter, dedicated to restoring, preserving, and promoting interest in the Ford Model A, the years 1928 through 1931. These folks go on tours together to all of the state's landmarks, and they have a great time in these Model A. We have a rumble seat coupe. Maybe that's another rumble seat coupe. We don't know for sure because his rumble seat's not open, but that's a rumble seat, isn't it? Yep, 2 rumble seat coupes. Do all of you know why a chicken coop only has 2 doors? because if it had 4 doors, it would be a chicken sedan. Just so you know. 4 doors a sedan, right? Okay, well, 2 doors a coupe, 4 doors a sedan. What do you call if he doesn't have a top? It's a roadster. What do we call this one? That one's a roadster back there. What Model A is yours?
It's a sport coupe.
A sport coupe, so the top does go down. Doesn't go down, it just looks like it could go down. Well, and it does have a rumble seat. You guys rumble on occasion. Little Model A truck. There's your 4-door sedan. There's a little roadster. The horn was intended to be annoying. There's your Beehive Fire Department. That's a good-looking little truck. There's one in the raw right there, just like it came off the farm. Another gorgeous sedan. Anybody know what you call a sedan with a convertible top? A Phaeton. There they are, yeah. Make sure, if you honk the loudest, there's a Phaeton right there. This is a 4-door with a convertible top. They didn't put it down because this lovely lady, she doesn't have her sunscreen. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Did you restore this?
My father did. Ed Niederhauser.
I knew Ed. I went to Denver to a Von something car auction with Ed Niederhauser. Ed Niederhauser restored more Model A's in this town than any other individual. He restored one of every model. He was a wonderful man. Nice to have you with us. And that is my favorite car now of the parade.
Oh, look at this one. Oh, that's not a...
Oh, yeah, I get a lot of that from the girls, too. That's a beautiful little car. Is this a restoration of your own?
Yes, sir. 2 years.
Nobody cares to talk to me.
Thank you. Yes.
No, you're fine.
Norm Leishman.
If anything else, you're in the accident.
That's Norm Leishman. He did this all by himself, and his wife probably helped and told him to come into supper more than once.
And I realized that you were doing
nice
that.
looking.
Yeah, I realized you were doing that, but at first I was like, who's she talking to?
She told him to take the parts out of the basement. Anyway, it turned out great. Here we go. These guys lost their hood. If you see it, bring it over. Anyway, this is the Beehive Model A Club. Glad to have them with us. And our parting comments are... Phaeton is a Greek word for chariot of the gods. George Prowett here gives us that information, and you guys keep at it. You look lovely. Next up is the Clinton North Stake, celebrating the recent renovation of the Ogden Temple as a beautiful reminder of a city and a people building on the foundation of their pioneer heritage. The temple continues to be a centerpiece in the city as revitalization continues. That's a lovely float. How about a round of applause for that beautiful float? Utah Military Academy, the College Prep Academy. Give them a call. The phone number's on there. They're located in Riverdale. They're preparing cadets for future success.
My parents always threatened to send me to military school.
Once again, Utah Military Academy. Next up is Cassidy Black, Miss Rodeo, Utah. I know she knows Gina Black. I'm going to ask her how she knows Gina Black, and I'm going to have her wish all of you an Ogden Pioneer Days Parade welcome.
Hi, everyone. My name is Cassidy Black, and I'm Miss Rodeo, Utah, and my mom's name is Gina Black, and she was a former Miss Rodeo, Utah in 1981, and I just want to welcome you all out, and I hope you have a great day, and come on out to Ogden Pioneer Days.
Thanks, Cassidy, for joining us. privileged to know both Gina, her lovely mother, and now Cassidy, following in her mother's footsteps. She's traveling with Carly Piercy and McKenna Hales. They'll be competing tonight with Miss Rodeo Ogden royalty for the next Miss Rodeo Utah. So how about a big round of applause for these lovely queens as they anticipate this evening who's going to be the next Miss Rodeo Utah. Thanks for being with us, girls.
How many on here plan on going to the last day of the rodeo?
The Prairie Schooner Restaurant
This will be my first time,
is
so I'm looking forward
always
to
with
that.
us.
And fireworks.
I see this beautiful Conestoga wagon every year. Come join them for a great steak around a campfire. These wagons were always homes for people coming west. They're celebrating 28 years in business. How about a round of applause for that beautiful team of horses, too? Prairie Schooner Steakhouse. You won't go wrong there. And next up, Weber County Sheriff's Mounted Posse, led by Captain Dan West. They were organized in 1942. Homeland Guard was their original purpose. They continue a legacy of service in Weber County in many capacities. Posse members help young riders. They promote horse care and ownership, and they perform throughout the West. How about a big round of applause for this legend in Ogden, the Weber County Sheriff's Mounted Posse. A good-looking group. Some of them better looking than others. You know who you are. Looking good in their American flags today. And some good-looking horses to boot. Morgan County Fair Rodeo Royalty is next. Give a friendly Ogden welcome to Morgan County's royalty. I'd like to hear that applause right now. They'd like to hear it too. The Queen is Megan McMillan, Jackie House, and Junior Princess Carissa Haddock, all from Morgan. Thanks for coming down the canyon to be with us. And now your Utah State Fair royalty. Queen is Cheyenne Lowe of West Haven. First attendant is Taylor Priest of Plain City. Second attendant is Savannah Ogden of Bluffdale. I almost thought it was Savannah Bluffdale from Ogden, but Savannah Ogden from Bluffdale. The Utah State Fair celebrates 160 years. It is the longest running annual event in Utah. All of you know Mr. Scott Gardner, don't you? How about a round of applause? Remind me your horse's name there. And it's not Scott. Scott's the brother. It's Ron. Ron, tell me your horse's name and tell everybody hi.
This is Sundance. You can come ride him free at Farmers Market from 9 to 12 every Saturday.
Thanks, Ron. Ron is a fixture here in town, and we love having him and seeing him. Miss Rodeo High School Queen, McKinley Drake for 2016. A lovely lady on a lovely horse. This year, Utah High School Rodeo had more than 400 qualifiers. The Silver State International Rodeo Queen is Courtney Bacchus from Moab. That pageant is held in Winnemucca. How about a round of applause for these visitors to our parade? You guys are getting kind of quiet. There we go. And next up, our Weber County Junior Posse royalty. How about a big welcome for the Hadley Seeds is the queen. First princess is Shelby Van Tassel, and second is Elena Kreutzbosch. Make some noise for your all-around cowboy, Dallin Long, Wrangler Hayden Stokes, and cowpuncher Stockton Marriott. That's your Weber County Junior Posse royalty and cowboys.
Are those tractors that are rumbling?
These are your Coca-Cola All-Star barrel racers and pole benders. The fastest young pole barrel racers in these parts. They ran in Friday nights pre-rodeo, and the youngsters carrying the flags are from the junior and senior county winners. Many thanks to Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola sponsors every year, and we appreciate it. Thanks to LaRue Enterprises, who sponsor the pole benders. They also competed Friday night. Those winners are also carrying flags this morning. A job well done to you all. Thanks for joining us. And here's a round of applause from my 25th Street applause group, who's been kind of getting warm and forgetting their job. But I've got some tractors coming to kind of plow the street if they don't clap really loud. This is the Weber County Farm Bureau. Celebrates 100 years. Generates approximately $30 million annually. The Bureau is happy to be joining us in our parade this year, so how about watching these amazing tractors? Once again, this is your Weber County Farm Bureau. You know, if I had that to plow my driveway when it snowed, I'd be in business. That is, without a doubt, the largest plow I've ever seen. And it doesn't look like snow on the backside. I'll bet you that tractor cost at least $20,000. What do you think? Once again, your Weber County Farm Bureau. If you get excited looking at those tractors, you might be a farmer. Next up is North Ogden City, celebrating their love of country and community with this majestic bald eagle and the red, white, and blue float. On the float is Miss Ogden Royalty, Queen Navy Humphreys, First Attendant Shannon Stoddard, Second Attendant Brianna Barker. Escorting the float are members of the North Ogden Youth Council who give service in the community. That's a beautiful float. How about a round of applause for North Ogden City? Following the North Ogden City is Elam Lutheran Church. They're celebrating their 127th anniversary of worshiping on the corner of 23rd and Jefferson. This float is a model of their original church building. How about a round of applause for Elam Lutheran Church joining us today in our parade. Appreciate you being here. And that's an interesting bicycle.
And just for kicks, I should jump on that bike.
From humble beginnings, the first Elam Church, that's what it looked like, but not today. Next up is the Syracuse South Stake. They're building on their pioneer heritage by finding their roots.
Mine hurts too.
With the goal to search and find their ancestors, stake members have found more than 20,000 family names and still going strong. That's your Syracuse South Stake. Thanks for joining us. Next up is Weber County Super Band from Bonneville, Fremont, Roy, and Weber High. 150 member strong super band. Directors are Jamie Hansen, Brandon Larson, Joe Windsor, and Daniel Windsor. Let's take a listen. Upholstery is a 1901 horseless carriage. It's been restored by Alpha Upholstery. It's owned by Alan Alfaro and is being driven by his son Adam. They wish you a safe and happy holiday. Next up, Paul Mitchell School of Ogden. All right. The students of Paul Mitchell are building on the pioneer heritage of hair. Oh, and your Paul Mitchell cloggers, they have to learn to clog because those sinks get clogged. How many of you are not getting the jokes today? The streets got it. They're happening for me. They're doing what they need to do.
This is something I'm thinking of trying out for.
Charles?
Bill, I think I'd excel at this. On the spinny bar.
Thanks, Paul Mitchell. I had to get these for Kaylee. Sorry, I'm kind of playing favorites here. Forgive me. Next up is Elite Gymnastics. Since 1988, Elite Gymnastics has been in Ogden giving instructions.
I can do that.
Coaching is given to all ages from 18 months old and beyond. Come join them in this Olympic year and learn how to do gymnastics. It's a lot cooler over here than it is over in the sun. I'm going to stay over here. Oh, well, my goodness, that looks like Fred Gunderson. At Elite Gymnastics, Fred Gunderson has been there for probably all of 75 years. It's just I'm only 37, so half my life. Well, there's Claire Dilworth. She's the most popular at Elite Gymnastics. She's going to do a flying double twisting somersault for you off the top of the truck right now. Ready,
why do you
Claire?
have gloves?
Go.
It's terribly warm.
It hurts when you land.
Oh, good idea. And walk on your hands. That was hurt as well.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll let you get back with your folks.
Next up is Redemption Church.
Thank you.
With the establishment of, then the coming of the railroad to Ogden, pioneers of all kinds made their way to Ogden to make better lives for themselves and their families. The Redemption Church float depicts old town Ogden and folks coming here to settle.
How come I didn't?
And passing out freebies is their bag. They're going to give you some free bags here. Following Redemption Church is the Weber State University Entourage. Since the founding of the Weber State Academy in 1889, education has been building on a pioneer heritage and the love of learning. The result of those beginnings is Weber State University. Today, the university continues to build a proud legacy of quality education. And the unanimous vote was for me to say hi to Waldo. Waldo's a man of few words. How you doing today, Waldo? That's good, that's good. And Waldo, is Weber State great? Oh yeah, they are. How about a big round of applause for Waldo, the Weber State Wildcats. Trailing up in the rear here is President Chuck White and his wife. We're happy to have all of Weber State's involvement this year. And the parade wouldn't be complete if I didn't put President White on the spot to wish you all a great Pioneer Day.
Hey, everybody have a great Pioneer Day.
Perfect, just as scripted. This is the Brahma Bowl. Who's your driver? Make sure he keeps it under 75. Next up is the Weber County Sheriff's Office. Next up is Staker Parsons. I should be able to tell the difference between a patrol car and a cement mixer, wouldn't you think?
Who's having a good time? Yeah, who knows how to stop, drop, and roll? That's what I thought. We got to do a better job in that one. Yeah, does anybody have a milk bone? Sparky's a little tired. Sparky's a little tired. He's been walking all day. Anything else you want to know?
For Sparky, this whole parade's a real drag.
We have a drug problem. We drug him all over town.
Keep at it. Boots and Bucker, give him a round of applause. Joining up with Staker Parsons, Weber County Sheriff's Office. First sheriff of Weber County was appointed in 1850. For 165 years, the county sheriff and deputies have maintained the peace and protected its citizens. Since 2010, Sheriff Terry Thompson has built on that legacy, leading the Sheriff's Department that provides law enforcement, search and rescue, and court and jail security. Who needs to be cooled off here?
There's 70.
Yeah, that's a good shot, good shot. You can spray, don't spray that camera, he'll get mad at me, but it would be a good shot.
What number are these guys?
if I get pulled over, I want to be pulled over by that green Mustang. Are you not? Do you want to go sit up there? How about one more round of applause? Weber County Sheriff's Department. They've been around so long. I think that's Terry Thompson waving to you out of the side of the car there. He's been around a long time. I've heard people call him a dinosaur, but thanks for being with us. We all know what CSI stands for. Custard, strawberries, ingest it. Or something like that. There's Terry Thompson riding where he ought to be in an air-conditioned cab. I'd like to see him on this motorcycle. Let's get you two trading places here. He's willing. Sheriff, what do you have to tell us today?
It's a great day, beautiful day in Ogden, and happy Pioneer Day to everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you, Sheriff. No tickets today, is that right?
Today off.
Today off. Just take the day off. Of course, you got to still observe the speed limit. Great to have you with us, Weber County Sheriffs. These guys are going duck hunting right after the parade and fishing. I notice you got a Volkswagen engine on that fan jet there. I'll bet that thing goes 15, 20 miles an hour. And our last motorcycle passes by to our round of applause here on 25th and Washington Boulevard. Next up is Canesville Stake, the whimsical float constructed by members of the Canesville Stake of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This celebrates our rich heritage of education from the early days of the pioneers to the present. This is our Judge's Choice Award. This is a lovely float. And you know, usually in a parade you have color commentary, people giving the details, the specifics of what they're looking at. So Dean Nicario is going to describe this float as it goes by.
It's a schoolhouse.
Very, very observant. What else do you see?
With the flag and a big book. Bookwork.
I want you to know, Dean went to high school. It was the best year and a half of his life. Ogden High School, I believe it was. He indeed was a tiger. Following our lovely, lovely Judges Award-winning float from the Canesville Stake is Bonneville High School, home of the Bonneville Lakers. The person in charge of Bonneville High School these days is Amanda May Mehmet. She runs the entire school along with Rhea. Amanda May wanted to take just a moment and wish all of you a happy Pioneer Days, and she wanted to sing a little song for you along with her lovely Sorensen friend.
Happy Pioneer Day. Let's hear it for the Lakers. Woo! Go give it to Wyatt.
Okay, there's your student body officers. They were elected because of their ability to stand in a moving pickup truck. Wyatt Holden, just elected President of the United States of America, waving the Bonneville flag. He has some words of wisdom for you.
I love you guys.
All right, big round of applause, Bonneville High School. The reason they call them the Lakers is because their grades are below sea level. Yeah, just a little bit of a joke there. Farrell will be using that one, you can bet. Thanks, Bonneville, for joining us today.
He was really enthusiastic about the sea level grades.
The sophomores bringing up the rear. Isn't that the way it is? One day, far too soon, you'll be seniors. Next up is Miss Weber County. Welcome, Alex Dripline. Did I say that right, Alex? Alex is your queen. Her attendants, Brittany Strickland, Abigail Lane. You can meet them at the Weber County Fair. Did you know that? And who's this little miss?
Arabelle.
Arabelle. So you're both beautiful queens. Do you have anything you want to say to everybody?
We'd like to thank you all for coming out today to celebrate our Pioneer Days.
And don't forget the County Fair. Who's the drivers?
Ryan and Patrick.
Ryan and Patrick, appreciate your time. Good looking car. Leave it on Kiesel Avenue and 24th when you're done. I need to take it for a ride. Next up is Ogden Police Department, Utah Highway Patrol. That's what it says here, but I don't see them. So let's just keep moving on to Dartside, located in Layton. Dartside Tag Arena is an interactive experience, fun for everybody. Bring your family and friends. Games such as Total Elimination, Capture the Flag, Free for All, Face Off, and more. Is this laser tag? Laser tag? Nerf guns. Okay, Nerf guns. So Dartside, if you need something new to do, right there. Now Northridge High School marching band. I think they're going to play something for us. It's the 11th year the band has joined us. How about a big round of applause? There's 87. I just went off sugar. Jennifer told me I was looking too heavy. Following Northridge is Mount Ogden Junior High School. I went to Mount Ogden Junior High School. I am a ram. I look great in blue and white. Big round of applause for your Mount Ogden Junior High Rams. Student government. Hey, you guys, it's getting hot. It's getting hot. You should buy a popsicle right here. They're really cold. They're really good. And they're going out of business today, so it's a special sale. All proceeds, here you go, here's some buyers. All proceeds to the Caribbean cruise. And here's your Red Hat Society, sisterhood of women for over 50 who believe in having fun and living life. You or Meggie? Living life to the fullest, having a great time. If they weren't so fast, I'd have asked them what they're up to. They probably couldn't have told me. Weber Heights Steak. This is the Crossroads of the West Award. The arrival of the railroad laid the foundation upon which another chapter of our pioneer heritage was built. Weber Heights Steak of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints celebrates the railroad as an important part of our local history. And we ought to see who's pulling this thing. Tell us what you guys are doing and how you feel about it.
Yeah, we feel great about it. It's pretty awesome, so thank you. Great parade.
Tell me your name. Roy Bosley. I remember you from way back when. Weber Heights Steak, Country Hills Drive. Thanks for joining us. That's a beautiful float. Did you guys build it or are you just pulling it? You built it. It's gorgeous. How about a round of applause? This is your Crossroads of the West. This is your Crossroads of the West winner. I can't hear anymore. That's a loud, authentic sounding horn, and that's a great float. It's very attractive. Heiner's Insurance. This is the 1938 fire truck. Joins us every year from Hyder Insurance. They have been celebrating 68 years, 4 generations of people paying for ashes and crashes, and that's a lovely truck. I think your hose needs to be replenished. It's looking a little cracked there. Ogden City Schools Hope Squad. They're cheering louder than you guys. Show them you can't be outdone.
They're going to hate me.
That's a pretty good effort. Somebody help Dean.
Hey, wait. Let's talk to these little kids right here. Hey, what are you doing?
What?
What are you doing? Look, there's Bill.
Hi, Bill.
Isn't it too hot to be walking?
No.
Where's Miss? I don't know where she at. Where's Miss Chadwick? Where?
Right there.
Where? I don't see her. Oh, right there. Hi, look right there. What exactly is the Hope Squad, and why are you in charge of all these children?
Well, we're in it for it's a peer prevention group. So any kids, these are the kids that other kids like to talk to. And so what we do is the kids come and talk to them, and they know how to handle it and how to report it to an adult.
Very good. All righty. Well, thank you. You're busy. I didn't mean to hold you up.
Number 73 in the parade of 87. Welcome the 2016 Mother of the Year, Betty Cottle. She's riding in the second car. Or she's riding in this car. The second car is the Weber County North Mother of the Year, Pat Songer. And the Weber County South Mother of the Year is Peggy Whitesides. Do I see Peggy? Peggy wave. I don't see Peggy, do I? Somehow I don't think the other two made it. Ziegfeld Theater, the patriotic folks at the Ziegfeld are performing a beautiful new production, The Music Man. Your last chance to see it are this weekend. Also next weekend, don't miss it, The Music Man at the Ziegfeld Theater, just up in South Ogden. Watch where you're stepping there, kids. Hey, you're going to need a little cologne after that. Next up is the Da Vinci Academy, Sciences and Arts, K through 12 charter school. These are your modern day pioneers. The folks at Da Vinci are there for you if you need them. And they're all excited. They're not dragon, even though their float has a dragon. How about a big round of applause, the Da Vinci Academy. I can have them turn the heat up a little if you'd like.
Got a taste of the town down.
You guys looking a little bit like you're warm.
I haven't had a chance to look.
Sapping your energy. You need to really, the best way to cool off is to clap. That cools and moves the air. This is Highland Junior High. This is the student government. Star Moments is the theme of this float. It's reminding us how important it is to continue building on a heritage of education. These kids are all from Highland Junior High. How about a round of applause? Next up is Ogden Nature Center. Here's a herd of wild animals. Located on 12th Street, the Ogden Nature Center is a great place to learn about the area's wildlife. Their president this year is Sherry Alvey, and she can help you with the wildlife. Here is our Huntsville stake entry. This beautiful float from Huntsville celebrates the heritage that has been built in the settlement of Huntsville, Utah. It was a small farming community, and it's been transformed through the years into a desirable destination for a large array of summer and winter activities. And it's a gorgeous float. Oh, hey, who wants trout for dinner? We got trout for dinner right here. And if you would like something from the air, just let this guy know, and he will be happy to shoot you a pheasant. Ogden High School Marching Band. This award-winning band is under the direction of Devin Porter. Let's listen. Ogden High School Tigers. I'm one. Dean Nicario still wears orange and black. When his knee's not killing him, he's dancing to these tunes. His daughter Juniper went to Mowita. You're not an Ogden High, are you? So what was your name? I'm getting older, so I have a good memory system. It's short. Yes, Ogden Tigers, there they are. Who's going to go out for a pass? I'm throwing. Here we go, look at this. TD, oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Touchdown. Oh, here's the cheerleaders. Orange and black. The high school I went to, the school colors were black and blue because we tended to punch each other. Enable Industries is coming down the road. Since 1968, Enable Utah has been helping people with disabilities find training and employment. On July 29th, they host their 21st annual concert at the Ogden Amphitheater to raise funds. Tickets are selling at 26th and Washington and online at Smith Tix. And we also have, this is Gardner Energy, your solar, wind, and power provider, with that good-looking young man encouraging you to put all the solar in your house you can.
That child does not look one bit happy standing there at all.
And the great Basin Antique Machinery, preserving the past so we can remember it today and for the future. They hope you'll find them at the Weber County
Machinery.
Fair. You'll see the largest
These are the kind of
display of
tractors Bill
antique
used to drive when he was
machinery of
younger.
every kind. Don't forget the Utah State, or I'm sorry, the Weber County Fair. I'll get it right here. That's a lovely looking tractor. Did you restore that? You did a nice job. Hey, GP, how you doing? You're the solar man, man. Shane's the solar man. Okay, good job. There's your beautiful restored tractors. You got Farmalls, you got John Deere's, you got International Harvesters. This gal's tractor over here had a little bit of backfiring, got her hair kind of a little bit of radiator fluid on there, I think, but it looks really nice. These Farmall guys are pretty proud of these. They're very attractive, and here comes the Case guys bringing up the rear. Who votes on that? You voted to be last. Okay. Well, it still looks good. Those are very attractive tractors. There's Kathy Montgomery. You can give her a round of applause if you like. For our Boys and Girls Club of Weber County, Weber Davis opened its first site in 2000, operating 5 sites located in Weber and Davis. Their mission is to inspire and enable all young people to realize their full potential. How about a round of applause for these boys and girls from the Boys and Girls Club of Weber Davis. Glad to have you with us.
Your call.
High school's about to start back up. High school football's about to start back up.
Anyone rooting for anyone in particular?
It's worth $500 to Maggie. Solar power. Once more for the Boys and Girls Club as they proceed the Operation Underground Railroad. If you're not familiar with Operation Underground Railroad, these men and women are organizing to rescue children from slavery across the globe. From slavery, they dismantle the criminal networks that hold them captive. You've probably read about it, seen it on TV. More than 500 children have been rescued by this team. Please welcome Utah Attorney General Sean Reyes and members of the JUMP team. We're glad to have you with us. Appreciate all that has been done and is being done to rescue kids in slavery. If you don't know about it, you ought to go read up on the Operation Underground Railroad. They also have good taste in cars. They're going to be leaving that black Camaro at my place right after the parade. Thanks for all you're doing. And if you're a Ben Lomond Scot, this is your moment to shine. The Ben Lomond High School Drum and Bugle and Student Officers Cheerleaders. This is an award-winning bagpipe band. They're proud of their school, and let's take a listen. Excuse me, you guys seem to have a fan club over here. What would you like to say to them?
Love my family.
Okay, your dad said you could do that all by yourself, and sure enough, you did it. Keep doing those push-ups. These are your Bonnie Lassies, I believe. Scottish power. Yes, sir. They're cool. Big round of applause for Ben Lomond right now. Thanks for joining us, Ben Lomond. Following Ben Lomond is Ogden Fire Department. Hey, where's the fire? Wherever it might be, Ogden City Fire Department can take care of it, keep us safe. Boots and Bunker have already been here, so don't forget them. We hope the only time you see these guys is in the parade. But if you need them, they'll be there. Once again, here is sometimes putting out a fire is a tall order. Is that right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We rescue cats, we climb on roofs, and everything else you need.
And play basketball. Okay, who's the spokesman here for you guys? I want you to tell us all about what you're going to be doing here.
We're Ballet Folklorico Tutuli. We're established in Ogden since 2000.
And are you doing a performance tonight? No, but you're going to perform somewhere so we can see you? On the 28th, in 28th at Layton Park, you can see the ballet. Thank you for joining us. Beautiful costumes. And lovely kids. Who's having fun? Oh, that is good. Thanks for being with us, you guys in your beautiful costumes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Brian Scaddy. He's from the parade committee. He's in charge of all this. What do you want to say, Brian?
Thanks for coming out today. We appreciate your attendance.
And this is the conclusion of our parade, ladies and gentlemen, except for one last entry that I'm going to tell you about. But thanks for joining us today. It's been a wonderful parade, no gaps.
Alrighty, folks, thanks for watching. Jim's too busy to stand here with me to close it out, but Ogden Pioneer Days Parade, thanks for watching.
Here's your Trafford Trails, Boy Scouts of America. I went to Camp Wall. It was a nice time, I'll tell you. Thanks, Scouts from the Trafford Trails. Also, we've got, I got to read your sign. Tell me who you guys are.
Ogden Wildcats.
The Ogden Wildcats. It's your Ogden Wildcats football. These guys like their football. That's the end of your 2016 Ogden Pioneer Days Parade. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Have a great holiday if you can get off work. And have a great summer. We'll see you at the Weber County Fair. And good day.